Hi, I'm Anna, and this is to help you feel less crusty in your hips. So make sure you're feeling relatively fit and healthy. You've got plenty of space and you're clear to exercise. We're going to hold on to the back of the sofa or similar, and we're going to start swinging the leg. Nice, easy movement. We don't have to be doing big old kicks. We just want to get this hip feeling a bit great. Let's move on to the other side. Just give it a little swing. Feel that stretch across the front of the hip when you come back. Lovely. And then if you can, you're just going to change and take it across a few times and let that momentum do its work a little bit. There's still a degree of control in this. We're not just flapping it about everywhere, but we are letting our leg just move naturally through the stuff that it's got to do there. So it's a nice big swing. The next thing we're going to do is come up onto the mat with our feet underneath our hip and step back into a reverse lunge. So we might choose to alternate legs. You might do it all on one side. We're trying to keep our hips square and our feet on a tram line, moving down towards the floor. So as we drop down, it's actually quite a nice stretch across the front of that rear quad. We're letting our feet have a moment as well as we come down. Let's do a few more. Just feel this magic. Now, once we've done the reps we need to do to feel good, we're going to move into a squat. So what we can do, just to start with here, is roll our mat up or grab something to put underneath our hips, underneath our feet, our heels, just to bump that heel up a little bit, which can mean that we can probably get a bit lower in our full depth squat. So yours might not be down here. That's absolutely fine. We're just going to come down to where we can and just have a little momentary wriggle and then drive back up. So whatever point you can get to, fine. Just let those knees move naturally forward. Drive the knees out a little bit towards the bottom and drive back up. Lovely. Here we go. Once we've done a few of those, kick your mat flat or get your cushion out the way, whatever it is. We're going to come, so our feet are under our hip. I'm not taking my socks off for this, but it's probably a bit more beneficial too. And we're going to move our big toes. So we're going to do our big toe lifts. Do about 5 or 6 of these. And the reason that these are important is often when we're feeling sticky in the hip, it isn't just one thing that's doing that. So it will be like a whole chain of events going on. So what we're doing here, swap to just your toes and push your big toe down. We are making sure that all of the things are moving mostly okay so that we can maximize how good we feel around the hip so that we're not just ignoring the other bits around it. So we'll do those big toe lifts and then the littler toe lifts. And then if you can, we'll just do a few little piano toes and get these toes moving. So if you struggle with your squats and deadlifts and your connection with the floor, these can be really helpful. Especially if you can't do these at all, I would try to do them a little bit in front of the TV now and again. Now we're going to move on to our ankle. So we're going to take this split stance a bit like a lunge. And then we're going to drive the knee forward like we did in our squat and just bring it back up. We're keeping our hips kind of square. And you might feel a bit of resistance at the front of the ankle. That's fine. We just don't keep pushing past the point that's comfortable, but we do need to drive this heel into the floor. And we'll probably do around 10 on each side, just so we can let that ankle move naturally. This can be a really big deal for people when they're squatting. So this is a nice thing to work on now and again. Then let's change legs onto the other side and give this one a little whirl. You can also do this obviously holding on if you need to. But you're feeling really good connection with the floor on this front foot. So just Be really aware of that. As we're doing this, we're just going to slow our breathing and relax into it a little bit. Lovely. So we've got a nice movement through that front ankle. Get a word out, love. And then we're going to come down into this kind of half runner's lunge position where we push forward a little bit. If we can, we release our hands from the floor. Feel that stretch across your back thigh, but don't dump into it too much. And then peel backwards and stretch through this hamstring. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. Roll through the foot, open up across that back hip, and then drive backwards again. Stay around 4 or 5 on each leg. Great. Lovely. And we'll swap. Drive and stretch and then roll through. Look at the colour of my sock after walking on this floor. Bad girl. Should have like special public place socks. Drive and stretch. Peel it back. I think I've got one more and then I think I'm even. Oh, it feels good though, doesn't it, to stretch things out a little bit. Now what we're going to do is come onto our hands and knees and just thread the needle a tiny little bit. Let's thread and lift up. So this is just to move that rib cage because it is obviously on the same body as our hips, and sometimes we might want to feel that nice stretch around the ribs. I'm just going to do 3 on each side, rotating only through the body and not through the shoulder. Lovely. Great. Then you're going to plant your hands on the floor and we're coming into a quadruped hip cast. So you can do a little circle around the edge of your hip socket and then reverse it. Now this will be really slow. So much hair in my face because I don't want just this. That's not your full range of motion. Your full range of motion is how far back your leg goes when you're standing, which is obviously straight to your body, and then we're going to bring it round, right around the edge of the hip socket. Try and keep your hips as parallel as you can. Ooh. And just let that ease right out. Lovely. When you're done, we're going to swap onto the other side. Really let that magical shizzle happen. Glorious. Keep that going for me, just a few more reps. Keeping it lovely and slow and controlled. And one more. Great. Now we're going to split our knees wide. And we're going to come into a moving child's pose. So our hands are going to be here. We're going to drop back. So our bum moves towards our toes, which are kind of tucked towards each other. So we're stretching through that inner thigh, taking some easy movement through the hip. Great. This is a really magical stretch. I'm going to go for about 10 because it feels so good. And when you're done, let's release those legs and come onto your back for a little twist. Let your legs drop over to one side, hand on the floor, and take some nice big breaths. So you'll feel stretches here around your back and around your glute area. And this is also a really relaxing position for a lot of people. So it's nice to dive into this if you can. So your extended arm is flat on the floor, so no shoulder peeling up. We want to feel that stretch around the body, and you can add extra by pushing a little bit on this top leg. When you feel good and when that feels released, we're just going to bring those feet through the middle onto the other side. Use your top hands that's on your leg to help with the pressure. So you can decide how much you want to put on that top buttock area. And when that's eased off, we're going to come into the middle and slowly come up. Obviously, you can repeat any of that made you feel much better or that felt really good on your body. So just work around how you feel. But if not, well done, and I'll see you again soon.